Hello, class 5. How are you? Hope you are fine and doing well. Okay, let us start with the EVS today. Okay, so we have already done up to chapter 5. Now I will start with chapter 6, the world of plants. Okay, now I think all of you have already revised and already you have prepared yourself by studying the last 5 chapters. So that is why I thought of starting the new chapter, the world of plants. So what will you learn in this chapter is you will learn about the plants and how the different plants, what are the different processes by which the plants will grow, how the plants will make their own food, and how the plant develop into a new plant. Okay, so before that I just want to ask you that you know about plants, no? So already you know that the plants can prepare their own food, yes or no? Do you know, all of you, that plants can prepare their own food? So if you know that plants can prepare their own food, then you already know that the green plants only can prepare their own food. So make it very clear, all the plants cannot make their own food if they don't have green color. So green plants make their own food because of the particular pigment that they have, which is called the chlorophyll. So all the green plants which are having the green leaves and the green stems, they will have the chlorophyll in them. So the chlorophyll is the green color pigment that helps in the process of the preparation of food, which is called what? Photosynthesis. So on the basis of this, we will study this chapter. But you all know that plants are everywhere, no? Their plants are found on land and in water, and also in the ocean we can see different types of plants. And there are different types of plants that grow around us also. Plants are useful to us in various ways. Can you tell me how? The plants are useful to us by giving us what? Oxygen. The most important one is to give oxygen. They give us the medicines, they give us the wood for making furniture. There are lots of use of the plants, and if you want to list them out, then you will at least make 10 lists. You can get 10 to 15 things that you get from the plants, okay, if you want to list them out. But the most important one is the oxygen, and also the plants give us what? Rainfall. The plants, there are various processes by which the plant give us rainfall that you will study in the higher classes. But plants helps to make the environment normal, to make the environment cool, and also affects the climate of the surrounding. The weather of a surrounding, weather of an environment is changed by the climate. If there are a lot of plants, then there will be a lot of rainfall and the climate will be cool. Okay, so now let us focus on this process of photosynthesis. This is the process by which the plant prepare their own food. Okay, so green plants, I will tell once again, green plants make their own food by the use of what? Sunlight, water, carbon dioxide and chlorophyll. So these 4 things are necessary while the plant will prepare its own food: sunlight, water, carbon dioxide and chlorophyll. Okay, so who will absorb the sunlight? The leaves. They will have the green color, chlorophyll. Why I have written here chlorophyll? This is the green color. Okay, this is the pigment that is present inside the leaves and sometimes in the soft stems also. So I have written here a schematic view of the photosynthesis reaction. You can see here carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll will give the plant its food, and oxygen, the food that is formed in the plants during the process of photosynthesis, can be called as starch, and this helps us to live. What helps us to live? Oxygen that is produced during the process of photosynthesis helps us to live. Because what? Why? Because we breathe in the presence of what? Oxygen. Yes or no? So photosynthesis is a very important step that is followed by the plants, and this helps us to live because what they give us? Oxygen. Okay, but while respiration, when the plants breathe, they take in oxygen and give out the carbon dioxide. Whatever carbon dioxide is given out by the plant is absorbed by the plants during the process of photosynthesis, actually during the daytime, because sunlight is necessary. Okay, I have written here 4 points that what plants give us, but there will be many more. Oxygen, medicines, wood, and rainfall. These are for my side, these are the 4 points that will be easier for you to remember. You can list out your own points also, that what are the things that you get from the plants. Okay, so basic thing is the photosynthesis, that is the process by which the green plants make their own food in the presence of sunlight, water, carbon dioxide, and chlorophyll. What is given out? Oxygen. And what is formed? The food. That is called what? The starch. So this is the basic idea of the process photosynthesis, and in higher classes you will be studying in details about these processes. Okay. Now I will tell you about the growing plants. How will the plants grow? How will they produce their young ones? The process of producing the new living things of the same kind is called what? Reproduction. So what is this process? This process, what happens here? The new organisms are produced, or new living things are produced from the same kind. Like suppose the parents, mother and father, will produce a child. That is process is called what? Reproduction. So similarly, the plants also produce similar kinds of plants by the process which is called what? Reproduction. So what is this process? This is the process of producing the new living things from the same kind. New plants grow from the same kind of plants. So that is called what? Reproduction. Now, there can be various modes or various ways by which the plants can reproduce, by the seeds, by the spores, and by the different parts of the plants. Okay, so if we put the seeds in the soil, then this can also give rise to the new plant. Spores, some plants cannot give rise to seeds, so they will produce what? Some type of powdery substances which are called what? Spores, which you will not understand now. But these are powdery structures, these are same cells which can give rise to a new plant, and there are different parts of the plant which also give rise to the new plant, like roots, stems, and leaves of the different plants can give rise to new plants. Suppose a rose plant, if you cut the part of a rose plant, a stem, and then you put it in a pot, then from that stem only new plant can arise by growing of the leaves and the buds. Okay. So, plants can produce the new ones by the help of the seeds, spores, and the different parts of the plant. So, now I will focus on the seeds. All of you have seen seeds. I will show you some now. See, this is the seed of the Kabuli chana that I have at home now. See, and this is the kidney beans, or you can say this is the rajma that I will show you now here. See, I have kept here. These are called what? The seeds. Okay, so this seeds can give rise to the new plants. So similarly, the black gram chana that also give rise to the new plants. Okay, so I hope you have understood what are seeds. Just this I had at home, so I showed it to you. You may have various types of seeds at home, so you can also use that for your reference. Okay, so these are the seeds. Now, the seeds are, which plants will have seeds? The flowering plants. Now, think about the flowering plant. Any flowering plant you think that give rise to seeds. Okay, so some of the plants that give rise to flowers are called what? Flowering plants, which give rise to their seeds. But how these seeds are formed, that I will tell you now. So flowers, basically the flowers are brightly colored and they have a beautiful smell, sweet smell. Okay, there's a good smell, beautiful colors, and the smell attracts the insects or the birds. So when the insects is attracted by the sweet smell and the brightly colored or beautifully colored flower, they go to the flower, sit on them, and they drink what? The nectar. This is the juice that is present inside the flower. So when they drink the nectar, now they drink the nectar because they want it as their food. So they drink the nectar, they will sit on the flower, and the flower contains what? Pollens. Do you know what are pollens? Pollens are the yellowish structures that are present on the flower. I hope you can understand. If you have seen a China rose, hibiscus flower, then on that flower you can see yellowish powdery substances are present. Those yellowish powdery substances are called what? Pollens. Okay. These are one type of cells, but that you will not know now. So pollens, these are present on the flower, and these pollens get attached to the body of the insects, and when the insects or the bird sits in another flower, then the pollen is carried to that flower. So that process is called what? Pollination. So what the insects will do, they will carry the pollens from one flower to the other, and the process is called pollination. So for the fruit formation of the fruit, pollination is necessary because after pollination the flower is converted into fruit, and inside the fruit we can get what? The seeds. Okay. So we have got two terms now, photosynthesis and also pollination. These are very important terms. Pollination, the process of transferring of pollen grains from one flower to the other, is called what? Pollination, which is done by the birds and insects. And what they will produce? The flower will form fruit after maturing, and then that will form inside the fruit there are seeds. Details you will learn in higher classes. This is a simplified chapter that you have in class 5. Okay, so seeds are formed. Now seeds are of two types. Just now I have showed you the seeds. So seeds are how many types? There are two types of seeds, monocotyledons and dicotyledons. Okay, so when the seeds are monocot, then the seed leaves are only one, and when the seeds are dicot, then the seed leaves are only two. I'll show you the similar seeds that I have shown you just now. You can see here. See, I'll just show like this. See this portion. When you want to peel it off, when you soak it in water, you want to break it off, then it will break it into two parts. So these are the two seed leaves. This is one and this is one. So try to soak some of the seeds now, and by tomorrow morning you can see that you can just break this into two parts. So this is called what? The cotyledons, which are two in number. Okay, so that is called what? Dicot seed. So I have kept here dicot seed. Two seed leaves are present, and monocot seed I don't have now, which have only one cotyledon, that is in the maize, the makai that you eat, that contains only one seed leaf, so that is called a monocot. Similarly, this one also, this is the rajma seed that I have now. So this also, if you soak in water, you can break it into two. So that is why it is called what? It contains two seed leaves, and this is also called what? Dicotyledons. Okay, see here, dicotyledons. So how many types of seeds are there? Two, monocotyledons and dicotyledons. So now I'm going to show you. You can see this is a seed that I was soaked in water, and I'll show you. This is the rajma seed that is present here, and this was soaked in water. So I want to just show you that this is having two cotyledons. Okay, so see, this is having what? Two cotyledons. Just is broke into four, but this is having what? Two cotyledons. I'll show you once again. So this was the dry one, and this is the soaked one. Okay, see here, this is the soaked one, and the outer one that you can see here, this is the dry, and this is the soaked one. So the dry one is a little bit hard, which is not soaked, and this is soft, and I will peel this is the outer covering. As you can see, this is called what? The seed coat. Okay, that I have peeled from the seed rajma kidney bean. This is the seed coat. I'll keep it here. This is a seed coat, you can see, and I will break this into two. So there are two cotyledons. So this is called what? Dicot. If you soak it in water, then it is easier for you to break, and if it is hard, then you will not be able to break it into two equal parts. Okay, so this is the kidney bean, which is having two cotyledons. Okay, about the structure of the seed. What are the seed structures? Embryo, cotyledons and seed coat. So this embryo is the part which is the smallest and undeveloped part of the plant. From this the seedlings can grow. Small plants can grow from the embryo. Cotyledons just now I showed, and the seed coat just now I showed you the outer covering. So I'll show you once again the hard one. The outer covering is the seed coat. When you break it into two, these are the cotyledons, and inside that there is an embryo. Okay. Now in some plants, when the different seeds are not formed, then what happens when there are no seeds are formed? Then there are spores. Like in plants where there are no flowers, mosses, ferns, fungi and mushrooms, there are spores. Spores are what? These are small cells which can give rise to new plants. Okay, so those plants that cannot flower or cannot give rise to flower, like mosses, ferns, fungi and mushrooms, they will give rise to small cells which can give rise to new plants. And sometimes the plants can develop from the body parts like the root, stems and leaves. So the roots like dahlia, sweet potato, yam, tapioca, they can give rise to the new plants. If you put inside the soil some part of dahlia root and sweet potato or yam, they can give rise to the new plant. Similarly, the stems, rose stem cutting and sugarcane also, if you put the stem cutting in the soil, then it will give rise to the new plants by the formation of buds. That causes what? Budding. And sometimes some of the leaves can give rise to the new plants like the bryophyllum. Inside the this example bryophyllum, the leaves itself give rise to the new plants at the edge of the leaves, and the new plant then separates, and then when it gets a suitable condition along with the soil, then it gives rise to the new plant, that is called the bryophyllum. Like I'll should try to show you simply. Like if this is the plant, then at the sides small plants can grow of the bryophyllum itself, and when this plants get detached from the leaf, they can get their suitable condition and give rise to the new plant. Okay, so this roots, stems and leaves are the different body parts of the plant that can give rise to the new plant. And when you use the stem cutting of rose, suppose you are putting a stem cutting of rose in the pot, diagrammatically I'll show you. If this is a stem cutting and you are putting it in the pot, then after some days the leaves will arise, and along with that the buds will arise. You know the bud that give rise to the flower, so bud will arise. So stem will give rise to bud. That process is called what? Budding. So by budding also, the new, from the budding the flower, then comes the flower, then flowers, then the plant will grow into a new rose plant. So this process is called what? Budding. The development of bud from the stem cutting is called what? Budding. So this process also is important. Why? Because it gives rise to the new plants. Okay. So today's lecture was about the different parts of the plant that give rise to the new plant. Also the reproduction that can occur through the spores in different plants, and like the mosses, ferns, fungi and mushrooms, and also the reproduction by the seeds. We have also studied about the different parts of our seed, and I have already shown you the two dicotyledon seeds. One is this kabuli chana and this rajma, the kidney bean, which are both the dicotyledonous seed. Okay, they contains two seed leaves or two cotyledons. Okay, so and also the outer covering is the seed coat, which is brownish in color in this one, kidney beans, and this is whitish in color, the tough covering outside, that is the seed coat which is present in the outer covering of most of the seeds. Clear? So this all we have studied now, and hope you have understood this. And the next lecture we will be studying about the different other processes that is present here, like germination and dispersal. And if you have any problem, you can just call me in my number.